Welcome to the lounge, everyone. My name is Toby Roydell, and today we talk about all of us. Liars! Dirty little liars! Or is it really that bad? Does everyone lie? Is lying a skill? Is it evil to lie? And are intelligent people better at lying than not so intelligent people? Let's start with that last question. I would never go as far as to say that intelligent people are better at lying. I would, however, agree with the idea that more intelligent people cover their lies a little bit better. Like in the preparation, and that the lies are not as easy to figure out and get behind. That's probably the case. What if I tell one of my friends that I won't come to their party this night because my relatives have come over, but I'm spending the night at another party? This is pretty shallow, as pretty much any conversation with someone involved could discover that I was just lying and in fact spent the night at another party. This is a dumb lie. A lie is pretty solid when it only depends on you spilling the beans. Because when someone else is involved as well, they could by accident spill the beans or by sabotaging you and purposely exposing your lie. Wait, am I just giving hints and tips on how to be a good liar? Awkward. But now to the question that is looming over lying, since lying is even a thing. Is it evil? Well, if you take the religious point of view, it's pretty simple. As I believe, pretty much every single religion just simply says, yes, it is evil. You should not lie. It's either a sin or something you should not do, or in the afterlife is weighed against you or gives bad karma, whatever you want to call it. From that point of view, it's just bad and probably even evil. For many people, me including, lying is directly linked to intention. Is there a bad intention behind lying or a good intention? But who says what intention is a good one or a bad one? Let's do an example. There are two people standing at a bus stop. There's this one rather shady guy and another person. He's a businessman in his business suit. Our shady guy casually walks past our businessman and sees that he has his purse in his back pocket. He picks it out of his pocket and we think he's pickpocketing. But then he casually drops it on the floor. Then, right after that, picks the purse up again and gives it to the businessman, so that the businessman thinks he lost it and our nice guy picked it up for him in hopes of receiving a few bucks as a reward. Exactly that happens. Our businessman is happy that he got his purse back. He is fooled and gives the man $5 as a reward. But here comes the twist. Our shady guy continues walking over to this homeless woman who is watching the whole scene, saying nothing at all, and gives the $5 to him, as the businessman can only watch. So what we have here is kind of a lie, a trap, a trick. And the question remains, is it okay what our shady guy did, or was that not okay? While from a legal point of view, it's pretty cut and dry. It's illegal, it's theft, it's not okay. But our businessman can hardly walk up to the homeless woman and demand his $5 back. He can't really do that, because at this point it has become a moral question. Moral is involved now, and how to behave in society and what works and what doesn't work, and our self-proclaimed Robin Hood, because this is nothing else than a little bit of Robin Hood syndrome. He did it for the homeless woman and not for himself. And again, is this okay or not? I will leave this up to you entirely. The question remains, is this the same with every lie? Is it okay if my intentions are good? Or is it problematic that I say to myself, I can do this because I have the moral high ground, and do things that otherwise would be perceived as crimes or at least stepping over certain boundaries? The simple solution would be to not lie at all, or just as rarely as humanly possible, to avoid this dilemma altogether. This is what I would say most people do. Generally, don't lie all too often. Say that you're against lying, even though you yourself and all the people around you do it. Kind of weird. I also ask myself, why do we tell children not to lie? It's this big mantra in education. You shouldn't lie, lying is evil, lying is bad. And I will do the exact thing, I must admit. Because I would expect from the moment a child realizes that they can get anything they want from lying, or get away with lying without facing the consequences, they will do it all the time, only for personal gain. Because as I see it, lying at least needs a higher purpose than personal gain. The most famous example and most simple example for this that every one of us has used so many times throughout their lives is not hurting someone else's feelings. This is the classic. And this is perfectly fine to some extent. But don't get me wrong, I would immediately sign any paper that says that people cannot handle the truth. Absolutely. I even think it's important for society to function normally. Lying plays a big role in the cohesion of a whole society. Because imagine everyone always telling the truth. This could cause so much damage by itself. And this is so weird, and it sounds like a contradiction that the truth causes damage while the lie saves things and makes things less worse. But it is exactly that way. And this is the main reason why we need to get away from this black and white perspective on the lie and the truth. Because they don't fit into the good and evil scheme. They just don't. They are separate from that. I personally can only go about life weighing the positive outcomes for everyone involved against the negative consequences. I personally can only go about life with the best intentions and weighing the positive outcomes for everyone involved against the negative consequences. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching and listening to today's video. If you did enjoy watching and had a few thoughts here and there, that will make my day. My name is Toby Roydell, and I will see you again next time here in my lounge.